and welcome back to the channel. My name is Taylor and today I'm going to be telling you the propaganda that I am and am not going to be falling for. So I know that this is everywhere, but I wanted to hop on the trend because I think that this is fun and potentially important for people to be talking about. I do think this trend doesn't exactly represent what propaganda is, because propaganda is inherently political. So when when people are like, oh, I love this makeup or perfume, I totally fell for their propaganda. That's not propaganda, that's just like a favorite, like you fell for their marketing. I think this trend is mostly a rejection of the you must do this culture. Like the it girl trend where you must sleep forever and do the morning shed and all of the certain exercises that will make you your most optimized self. So before we hop in, don't forget to give this video a like. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. I upload videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you want to go into the links, follow me on Goodreads or Fable, your reading tracker of choice. I also post a lot on Instagram. I post a lot of like reel content and crochet content over there. I also have a Shopify if you are ever wondering about some of the physical items that I wear, my crochet items. I am in the process of filling that out, but there are some book sleeves available for purchase on there if you are interested. So with all that out of the way, let's hop right in. So I'm going to be starting with the propaganda that I am going to be falling for because the list is much shorter than the stuff I am not falling for. So intellectualism, I know that like anti-intellectualism is like on the rise, but everyone honestly should be in pursuit of some sort of knowledge. Even if you don't like to read, like there are documentaries, podcasts, audiobooks, different ways to intake information so that you are still constantly learning. Our brains get like so squishy so fast once we graduate from like college or high school. So make sure that you don't overload your head with brain rot content. I really do think that it's important to be in pursuit or like passionate in learning about something, whether it is, learning to crochet, learning an instrument, learning something to keep your brain kind of sharp is really important. Letting people read what they want. I don't want this to come off in like a non-critical thinking sort of way, because to go along with this, we all need to be okay with negative book reviews every once in a while. Like, it is not a personal attack if someone doesn't like your favorite book, and being able to discern whether an author is trying to push a harmful message in their book is an important component of critical thinking. But if I hear one more person jump down the throats of romance book talkers, booktubers, I'm gonna scream. Let women read the damn romance books. Romance isn't like my favorite genre, but I do just want to giggle. I want to giggle and kick my feet sometimes, and I just want to do it in peace. So let people read what they want. Just remember that, what you read does say something about you. Coloring! Oh my god, I have been having so much fun with coloring. I just got the 100 pack of Crayola Super Tips if you don't want to spend the money on like the Oohoo ones or Oohoo, like the alcohol markers, especially if you just want to sit down and do something fun. Don't feel the need to invest in super expensive stuff to still have a good time. Like the alcohol markers are for like artists, I guess. And like obviously do what you want, spend your money how you want. I know a lot of people maybe feel like the barrier to entry is higher because they don't have or don't want to go get the alcohol markers. But the Super Tips, the 100 pack of those, are $15. So it's a pretty great deal, I'm not gonna lie. And then the last propaganda thing that I have that I am falling for is the Stanley Cup. So I have two Stanley water bottles. Neither of these are the 40-ounce one that everyone and their mother has and loves. I don't think that you need an entire wall of them. That is kind of weird and kind of defeats the purpose of a reusable drink cup. I noticed that this is a 64-ounce drink cup. I love it so much. I got it as a present for Christmas. 64 ounces is a half a gallon. I have been drinking so much water since I got this. This stays in my apartment. It does not leave. I'm not going out. I mean, this could really, yeah, I could really get someone with this, but it stays in my apartment. And I love it so much. I also have this little guy. This is a 30 ounce, I believe, and it has the handle and the straw, and I just found that this is really, really helpful for when I'm out coaching, or when I have like my backpack. I can just easily put it into the side of my backpack and it doesn't add a whole lot of weight. I don't feel the need to get a 40 ounce one. I have a Simply Modern 40 ounce one that honestly I don't even really use much since I got this. So that's just me. You know, get whatever water cup you like, but I really do like my Stanleys that I have. So now I'm gonna be telling you propaganda that I am not falling for. First up is tradwife content. What the hell? What the actual hell? You know those reels that are like this and voting for women's rights, and it's like a woman who's like baking bread? Like, I want to bake bread and also still be able to vote. I would love to try baking bread, and I want a garden, I want a homestead, but I want a community that I can build around that, not just a cosplay of that's bought with a lot of family money and pushing eugenics and, you know, telling women that they shouldn't work when the women who are filming that content are working. They are making money from that content. They're making money off of you. So you need to be careful. To kind of go along with that, divine feminine / divine masculine like behaviors. Behaviors are not masculine or feminine. This is a way to put us in boxes and police the way that we act. It's a form of toxic masculinity and women trying to protect themselves under the patriarchy. If someone wants to be with you, it's not because you somehow manipulated them into believing you are the ultimate form of femininity. And if they do like you because of that, is that really the relationship that you want? Like you're chill, lying about who you are to your partner. These gender roles are repackaged every few years and spewed into the cultural zeitgeist. Do not fall for it. Just truly being yourself is the best way to find a partner. And honestly, sometimes moving away from a toxic area is good as well. As someone who, when I lived in South Dakota, I had a very hard time dating because the political sphere of South Dakota did not align with me. All of the people I would go on dates with would say, yeah, I like align with feminism in a way of like I should be able to hit women back. And it's like, that's kind of weird. You know, like I don't like that. Why is that the first thing you want to do to somebody? Moving to Minneapolis was one of the best things ever for me. Next is gut health. Literally just eat a healthy diet and exercise and your system is going to work just fine. I know like yogurt is really good for your tummy, or like kombucha is also really good for your tummy, but like all the gummy vitamins, the supplements, the green juices, all that stuff is like honestly a waste of money. Talk to your doctor if you feel like you have a problem with your gut health, because it's a fad. It's trying to get you to spend money. Being not political / staying out of it. Literally like care about someone other than yourself for once. Your indifference to people's suffering is showing, and it's kind of ugly. So this one, memoirs are the most important form of nonfiction. This might be a hot take. Just hear me out. Memoirs are not an objective form of storytelling. They definitely have a place. They need a place within your nonfiction reading, but at the end of the day, a memoir is just somebody's story, and they have their own agenda to push, and you know, their own opinions and thoughts on things. Also, a lot of people writing memoirs nowadays in their late, like a memoir by someone in their late 20s isn't very helpful, and it's easy to see these cash grab book deals. You know, like we saw the rise of like the influencer memoirs. There are some people who went on The Bachelor who wrote memoirs like before the age of 30. As someone who likes celebrity memoirs like a lot, I like when they're in, you know, at least their 30s or 40s, have a little bit more life experience. Or, you know, there's other ways to do it too. I've talked about Dear Girls by Ali Wong before, and while it is stories about her life, it's written in a way that's like stories and letters to two daughters, and you know, just funny things that she wants to tell them. And it's a hilarious book, honestly. Like, check it out. It doesn't come off quite as like preachy as some other ones, or like comedian memoirs, I guess is what I should say, because I liked Tina Fey's Bossy Pants, Amy Poehler's Yes Please memoir. That one was pretty good too. Crocheting with natural fibers only. I can't get with this one. I know that I can't always afford like raw, untreated wool. I would love to someday process and spin my own yarn from like fleece to yarn, but that's a dream that can only be achieved like 10 years in the future. I can afford acrylic, and I can afford some superwash merino wool, and it's got pretty colors and they're easy to care for. Don't gatekeep a craft by making the financial barriers to entry so high. It's kind of like what I was talking about with the coloring thing. And if you have this problem with acrylic, like if you are like, you know, I don't like it, I hope you also have this problem with superwash merino wool, because that process also is questionable. High-end skincare. I have something that works for me. I like to use Panoxyl or CeraVe facial cleansers. The Ordinary Niacinamide has always been really great for my face. And the CeraVe Daily Moisturizing Lotion is fine. I like to try things, but at the same time, like, it's not sustainable. And I know the whole point of skincare is that, like, you use it for a long period of time. You repurchase it. So even though it's in pretty packaging, I cannot justify a $50 serum. I just can't. Especially when it doesn't necessarily mean that it's like so much better. It's hard to know who's like scamming us when it comes to like the marketing stuff. That's why I kind of like when brands don't, you know, put a bunch of frou-frou stuff. Like, I like CeraVe because it's just like bare bones, it's what it is. Panoxyl, it is. I wouldn't be able to afford these things long term. So having too many physical books. I've seen online some people are like, oh my god, well, I only have 30 physical books. Like, you should have no more than 50. Why do you have 100 physical books? Yo, I understand the argument of overconsumption and being a responsible spender and, you know, wanting to care for the environment and stuff, but it feels like when people say this and they're like, overconsumption, they don't like apply it to everywhere in their lives. They're just like, you have too many books, and it's like, whoa, be careful, like, you know, hop off the high horse. I like having physical books. I like having physical books around me. I know that I've mentioned this before, the state of the United States is a bit murky right now, and I'm trying to build up a library of banned books. I also mostly shop secondhand for my books, so they end up being between $1 to $3. I try not to buy new books if I can help it. That is an unsustainable hobby for myself. I just happen to live in a small space right now where I can't fit all of my books, but I will soon. I'm very excited about that. It's like, I understand, but yet I don't, and like, I know for myself, I'm never gonna say I have too many physical books like on my TBR, so I'm not gonna throw that on to somebody else. This next one, I didn't realize people did this until very recently, but it's buying a bunch of new stuff when you move. Like, every new place is a whole new aesthetic, and you have to get rid of all your old stuff because it's cheap, and microtrends from HomeGoods and Temu, and it's all broken down in the year that you've been at that place. I saw Shauna. Do you guys watch Shauna? She's great. She does a lot of overconsumption videos on YouTube. I really, really enjoy her channel. And she did a video on this, and it really kind of like brought to light. I have moved every single year for 10 years now. I can only imagine the amount of money that I would need to spend to get rid of and rebuy everything in each apartment that I've ever lived in. There are new things that have come along with each apartment. Like, for example, I bought this couch in February, but I bought it secondhand. But still, you know, there are things that you get. Like, I bought a cat tree that was not secondhand when I moved into this place because I wanted Brew to have a cat tree. In my bedroom, I bought shelves to display all of my crochet garments because I didn't have anything like that. There are things that kind of come and go, but I do try to keep stuff as long as possible. You know, I've had the same towels for 10 years, and I mean, we could just say I'm cheap, but also it's not good to be like constantly getting and getting rid of. Like, that's just so much wasted money. It's already expensive to move. It is. It can be really expensive to move. Why add on all of this new stuff on top of that? If your stuff breaks or is super old, it may need to be replaced, but I would bet money that your stuff is still good and in working condition. So that is something I'm not falling for. I am not going to be buying a bunch of new stuff when I move. Like I said, there will be new stuff because I'm moving in with somebody, but like, I'm not getting rid of everything I own currently. Boy cat, girl cat discourse. I don't think that like the sex of my cats impacts their love for me. It's giving like, I'm a boy mom, trademarked, like boy mom trademarked. You know what I'm talking about. Like, what? Like, your pets love you, or at least I hope your pets love you. I think my pets love me. We don't need to like assign these like weird things to them. That's just weird. Reading one book at a time / like one crochet project at a time, I am the way I am. I am never gonna be able to do this. I got down to like 2 books reading at the same time, and I immediately started 4 books. It is the way I am. I get bored of one story, or it loses that spark for me, so I have to jump to something else. Clean girl, skinny girl, that girl. This just doesn't sound fun to me, and many people aren't meant for this kind of lifestyle, and that's okay. Also, skinny talk needs to calm the fuck down. I've been seeing a lot of videos about it, and I'm like, oh my god, people say that? People act like that? Like, I cannot believe that the only plight in somebody's life is to be skinny. Like, have you ever tried having a friend or a hobby? Assigning morality to, like, stupid shit. You aren't a better person than other people just because you drink water, like, only water, or woke up at 5 a.m. You know, we all know the people, like, oh, well, like, I woke up at 5 a.m., you woke up at 8, I could never sleep that late. You know, that kind of stuff. It's so annoying. Self-help books. I know I just said let people read what they want. I meant that in terms of fiction, because self-help is a weird form of nonfiction that makes people think they are becoming better people just because they read the book. A lot of them also spew all of the same stuff. Don't care what others think. Focus on yourself. And so, like, why are you reading 15 books that all say the same thing? And I just think that there's other skills that could be honed by reading literally anything else. You aren't becoming smarter by reading self-help. You also aren't becoming a better person by reading self-help. It's like this passive way for people to think that they're becoming better people, when really they're still some of the worst people that you've ever met in your life. Have you ever met someone who only reads self-help? I have met many, mostly men. It's always men that do this. When I was dating and I'd be like, yeah, I love to read, these guys would be like, oh yeah, like I only read nonfiction. I'm like, oh, okay, what kind of nonfiction do you read? Self-help. Okay, why are you still a piece of shit then? Like, what the hell? Go ghost and no one will recognize you. I don't understand why people do this. Like, what bridges did you burn so badly that you need to go away like a celebrity going into hiding? You need people and community and love in your life. You can't get better in a vacuum. And have you ever noticed that people only mean these things in terms of like physicality? Like going to the gym and drinking green juice. It's never actually healing. It's never actually like a healing thing. It's this ghost mode, always in relation to getting hotter rather than a journey of self-exploration. Constant self-optimization. This goes hand in hand with the other two, and I know that we are all works in progress as people, but you cannot do it all at once. Plus, what is your actual goal? To be perfect? I know we all understand that perfection doesn't exist, but why do we still like strive for it? I'm this way too, something I need to work on. But why not strive to be like an educated person, empathetic, kind? Why is it perfection? And what does a perfect person act like? What does a perfect person look like? Because when we talk about perfection, I've noticed that it's always in relation to our physical appearance. Clear skin, tiny waist, toned legs. We're trying to optimize our sleep and our eating so that we can look hotter, but we're not actually being a better person. Needing a physical book of every book I've ever read. I have said before I'm building a life library, and I do have a lot of books that I have and have not read. But when I check out books from the library, I seldom end up picking up a physical copy unless I like find it secondhand or I really feel so compelled after reading it that like I need a physical copy of this book. Some books are like that. For example, I listened to the audiobooks for the Red Queen series in like I think 2021, and I knew I wanted to reread those books someday in my life, but I never picked up physical copies. Recently, when I was at Goodwill, I found 3 of the 4 books there, and then I found the 4th one at a different Goodwill. I know we don't always get like so lucky when finding a whole series so quickly, but it like takes time to build a library. Also, there are many books I read from the library that I will never own a copy of because I don't want to. I also don't buy books on my Kindle, really. At least I try not to as much as possible because I can take books from my Libby app and transfer them onto my Kindle. I don't like buy books on my Kindle and then buy the physical book too, and then I know some people even like buy the Audible audiobook. Like that is just so much money. That's not, I mean, some people can do it. It's not sustainable for me. I know that I may end up doing it in the video I filmed right before this. I talked about Dionysus in Wisconsin by E.H. Lupton. I will probably buy a physical book of that because it's an independently published book. I want to support the author, and it's really good so far. So I probably, because I want the physical books. They just didn't have it when I was at the store. I may also get Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros sometime in the future because I do like the Empyrean series. When it came out, I could not get a copy of Iron Flame to save my life. Like they all gone like that. I know that I could pick one up now. I haven't. It's just like not high on my priority list. Like I said, someday I want it. It's not pertinent that I get one now. And you know, I put in here, I think that Fourth Wing could very well go the way of like 50 Shades of Grey or like the Twilight series where they're in every thrift store. There are so many different copies of Fourth Wing right now. I don't mean this as like a knock to the book. I read it. I really liked it. I'm just saying that like trends come and go, even books. Like we all know how big Twilight was. I mean, I always see 50 Shades of Grey books, Percy Jackson, Harry Potter. When these books are so big, you know, not everyone's going to keep a copy of them forever. Oh my goodness, that was so many things. We aren't falling for anything. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.